guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing really well. I do just want to apologise because it is so bright today, so I'm probably going to be squinting throughout this whole video. For today's video, I thought I would do sort of an analysis of the fashion and styling and outfits in Never Have I Ever. I did one of these videos for the first episode of the Gossip Girl reboot and you guys absolutely love that. So if you're interested in that, go and give that a watch after this video. But I'm going to be analysing the outfits in series 1 and series 2 of Never Have I Ever. As I said in my Gossip Girl video, I'm only going to be analysing the women's outfits because I don't really know very much about men's fashion, so I feel like I'm not really qualified to speak on it, but I really enjoy women's fashion, so I feel like I've got more to say about that. There's obviously quite a lot of characters in Never Have I Ever, but I'm going to be focusing on the 4 main female characters, which are Devi, Fabiola, Eleanor and Aneesa. So if any of you guys haven't seen it, Never Have I Ever is a series on Netflix. It's based around a Indian American girl in high school, and yeah, I don't really want to give you too many spoilers, but I absolutely loved it. I am literally raving about it to everyone, like getting everyone to watch it. It's so easy to watch and it's so funny. I've literally like laughed and cried at every single episode. It's basically just about how Devi is like navigating her way through high school, about like boys. She is struggling with grief and like her anger issues and stuff like that. So it's a really interesting program to watch. The first series came out last year, I think, and then the second series has just come out. So a lot of these outfits will be based in the second series because it's like fresher in my memory, but there will definitely be a mix of both of the series. So overall, the fashion in Never Have I Ever, there's definitely like a lot of layers to it. I really do enjoy it, but it isn't too complex or flamboyant. Obviously it's based around like people in high school, so it like the outfits that they are wearing that we see most of the time is just like what they're wearing to school. So obviously you've got to take into account like dress codes and stuff like that, so they're not going to be wearing kind of like high fashion brands and stuff. But anyway, despite that, it's really good. I've done a bit of an analysis on Devi, Fabiola, Eleanor and Aneesa, who I feel like are the 4 characters who stand out the most to me. I considered doing an analysis on Devi's mum because I do really like her sense of style, but I don't really have like too much to comment on it other than I like it, so I decided to leave that one out. But I'll just get straight into the video and I'm going to start with Devi, who is the main character. Also, if you like these types of videos and if you like anything to do with fashion, plus size fashion, haul videos, styling videos, oh my god, I do all sorts. I literally do like vlogs. I do so much about like film and TV and stuff like that as well. Please make sure you subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it. My goal is to get 500 subscribers by the end of August. It is a big goal, but I believe we can do it. So please subscribe if you haven't already. It's just a tiny button down below. It's quick, it's easy, it's free to press. And yeah, it would absolutely make my day if you could subscribe. All of my notes are written on my laptop here, so I'm really sorry if I am just like reading off of the screen. But otherwise, I will not remember what to say. So Devi has a very like bohemian style with lots of knits and rich textures and patterns. She wears very comfortable outfits which kind of represent her free and wild personality. There's a clear distinction between when Devi is and isn't feeling confident, as this is often shown through her wearing things like t-shirts and shorter skirts, and then sort of more oversized cardigans and stuff when she's not as confident. She wears a very earthy colour palette with a lot of darker, richer tones, which I really love. Her style has a very feminine but comfortable feel to it. And the bohemian and slightly antique-y vibe makes her seem like she's the type of girl to shop at thrift shops. So I'm going to start with the outfits where I think it's kind of clear that Devi's feeling a bit more confident. There's a few distinct outfits where Devi's feeling more confident, and I feel like this is shown quite clearly in kind of like the silhouettes and what she's wearing. She tends to wear more typically feminine outfits with shorter skirts and more form-fitting clothes. She also doesn't tend to wear short sleeves in the show apart from in these outfits. In this first outfit, I believe she's trying to make Ben jealous, but I can't quite remember the context of the situation. That could be completely wrong. it was in the first series. She's wearing a very, very short skirt, which I noticed when I watched it. It is so short. And she's wearing a stripy, kind of like strappy tank top and a pair of heels to school. This is obviously like a very, very bold choice. And not something that you typically wear to school. I don't think you'd even be allowed to wear them to school. But I think this kind of just matches with Devi's very like bold and like fiery personality. So this next outfit is so cute. It's fairly simple with just like a denim skirt and a sunflower t-shirt. And I feel like sunflowers are such a boho print. Like, I feel like when boho was really in a few years ago, like everyone was obsessed with sunflowers. And the more form-fitting kind of like t-shirt and skirt, it kind of shows that Devi is like very confident in this party setting. I believe it's at a party. This is shown a lot through this scene as well, because Devi's at a party. She's just like down in drinks, and she's a bit overconfident, which I don't want to give you any spoilers, but it just gets her into a bit of a not nice situation. So this next outfit, I think, is at another party, and again it's very boho, which is showing Devi's true style, but we don't often see her in dresses throughout the series. It's such a feminine and girly outfit, which, as it's in a party setting, shows that there's a correlation between social events, feeling more confident and dressing more feminine in Devi's wardrobe. This next outfit is the dress Devi wore to prom, and my jaw literally dropped when I saw this. I am so in love with this. I really want to buy this dress. Like, if I could go back to my prom, this is the dress I would choose. It is such a gorgeous boho prom dress. It's full length with a mesh overlay with floral embroidery. It's so elegant yet very free flowing. And this really correlates with Devi's fiery and unpredictable personality. The drop earrings that Devi's wearing also really complements her dress as well. So a common theme I've sort of seen in Devi's outfits is tartan. I think this is really, really interesting, and I'll put on the screen just some examples of some of the many outfits that Devi wears that involve tartan. So I'm not too sure why the costume designers on this show chose tartan in particular, but obviously tartan is a very bold print, and this kind of fits in well with Devi's bold personality. But as well as the tartan print, Devi almost always wears bold prints, very often clashing together. For example, in this outfit she's wearing tartan, cow print, floral and stripes. Devi is an incredibly bold character, and she's unafraid to wear whatever she wants. Despite the clashing prints, the fact that Devi wears a very interesting variety of textures and a gorgeous palette of rich earthy tones, alongside the fact that she wears everything with such confidence, this means that all of her outfits suit her so well and they just look so put together. Another common theme that I found with Devi's wardrobe is she wears a lot of knitwear and a lot of oversized clothes. Now, I don't think the oversized clothes necessarily mean that Devi is trying to cover herself up or is feeling less confident, because I actually feel like this is Devi's true style, and it's what she feels most comfortable and confident in. We see a lot of knitwear from Devi, and I feel like knitwear is a really good thing to thrift, which kind of just goes along with the idea that Devi is a girl who on the weekend will go to thrift shops. I can't get that like kind of idea out of my mind. I refuse to believe that Devi does not shop in thrift shops. Some of these oversized fits are very feminine still, with outfits like this oversized v-neck jumper worn as a dress, and the oversized colourful jumper paired with ducks and a short skirt. However, some of these oversized knitwear outfits are a lot more masculine looking, such as this oversized army jacket and the multicolour sleeve Aztec jumper and corduroy trousers. This shows that Devi wakes up every day and just puts on whatever she feels fits her mood for the day. And this just supports the idea that Devi's mood and thoughts are ever changing and very unpredictable. Overall, I absolutely love Devi's style. I feel like I resonate with her style the most, and she just chooses such bold and confident choices, and I just love how much variety there is in her wardrobe. So moving on, I'm going to discuss Fabiola's style next. I feel like there actually is quite a lot to say about Fabiola, even so she isn't necessarily a character who kind of is portrayed as caring as much about her style. So Fabiola has a bit of a journey with her fashion sense throughout the series, with her being influenced by her girlfriend Eve's cool friends to dress a certain way, but she does revert back to her true style in the end. Sorry for the spoilers. Fabiola's wardrobe definitely prioritises comfort and ease. There isn't a defined colour palette for Fabiola, but there are lots of oranges and blues and greens and browns, and she definitely favours stripes a lot. There is occasionally a pop of colour, but this is often because she's been influenced by Eve's cool friends. Fabiola's style is very varied, with some of the outfits being very masculine and some being much more chic. Fabiola often wears plain knitted jumpers and t-shirts. There isn't a clear theme amongst these other than a bit of a darker orangey colour palette. I don't think this necessarily says much about Fabiola's character other than she chooses her clothes for comfort and ease rather than for style. One of the most notable style choices of Fabiola's is her kind of all-in-ones or cords. I think this is such a chic and stylish look for Fabiola, and it looks so good on her, especially because she is so tall. I think Fabiola chooses these one pieces mainly for ease and for not having to pick out a full outfit, because essentially the garment is a full outfit, but they look so good on her. So this white power suit that she wore to Ben's party looks so sleek on her, but the Converse adds that more masculine feel. Even so, Fabiola seems to not care as much about what she's wearing. You can tell that she does still have an eye for style, as this is a very glamorous outfit. So this camo jumpsuit is so cute. Again, because Fabiola is so tall, I think it looks great on her. She's paired the low cut and short sleeve jumpsuit with a long sleeve t-shirt underneath. And I feel like this is Fabiola's attempt to feel more comfortable and to dress a bit more modest. She also has a few denim numbers here, and I think whilst these looks are one of the slightly more bold choices, they still align with her wardrobe really well. She often buttons things up right to the top button, perhaps out of feeling comfortable when covering up, or because it aligns with her more masculine style. Then, okay, wow, this velvet jumpsuit, as I spoke about in one of my trans videos, I am obsessed with velvet jumpsuits at the moment. I think they literally look amazing on anyone. I think the deep rich purple colour paired with the luxurious velvet really complements her, and the leather jacket adds a bit of a mysterious edge also. Another theme I noticed in Fabiola's outfits were jackets. I really love her use of jackets, as I feel like they make her outfits look so much more chic and put together. She has a range of crop jackets, oversized shirts, blazers, leather jackets, denim jackets, all sorts. Whilst Fabiola's jackets on the whole aren't too complex, I feel like she does like to play around with outerwear quite a lot. It adds so much confidence to her outfits. Fabiola also loves this combination of beige trousers and polo tops. Whilst not something I could see myself in, I think it fits Fabiola's character really well, although it comes across as a bit cliche, sort of like the typical girl who likes STEM subjects dresses like a boy. Girly girls can be clever too, although I'm sure it's probably not that deep. What the hell was that? Okay. So one of the big kind of style moments for Fabiola is at the end of the second series when it's their prom, and she wears a dress which she has been kind of influenced to wear by Eve's cool friends. So this one dress in itself isn't bad, it's pretty much just like a typical prom dress. But I am so glad Fabiola decided against it in the end, because it's so not her. I think that this was quite a good part of the plot. Fabiola was trying too much to fit in, and it wasn't her true style. So whilst it's a nice garment and it really is a nice dress, it just did not look good on her because she didn't feel confident wearing it. And it just kind of just show, like with all of the other characters and just in real life as well, like an outfit will look good if you are feeling confident when you wear it. So yeah, that's my analysis on Fabiola's style. I feel like it is more complex than it may seem. Even so, Fabiola is not necessarily a character who seems to care as much about her style. Okay, next, moving on to Eleanor. I love Eleanor's style. I feel like it's such a breath of fresh air in the show. Eleanor's style is literally the definition of eclectic. Her outfits are so dramatic and glamorous, which I feel is very in line with her being sort of like a typical like theatre kid. I think Eleanor's wardrobe is really lovely and complex. There isn't necessarily a set colour palette as she is so eclectic, but there's a lot of bright colours and pinks and purples and reds and oranges. The silhouettes are very dramatic as well, and she adopts a very antique-y, kind of like old-timey and vintage feel. Again, I can imagine Eleanor to be the type of girl who goes thrift shopping and to have a lot of kind of like vintage designer and antique garments. One of the main themes I found in Eleanor's wardrobe is the use of silk and kind of like chiffony material. These are much more luxurious and glamorous feeling fabrics than like cotton or jersey, and I feel like this really aligns with Eleanor's dramatic and cultured personality. An interesting point about this material is that silk is often a material that historically Chinese emperors and royalty would wear, and I feel like this is a nod to Eleanor's Chinese heritage. Throughout the series, the writers do a very good job at including each character's ethnicity and heritage, and not just ignoring it, but doing it in a more subtle and realistic way rather than in a performative way. Another thing I feel is a common theme in Eleanor's wardrobe and also pays tribute to her Chinese heritage is the kimono style silhouettes. These are really flattering for Eleanor, and she combines them really well into her eclectic and elegant wardrobe. Another big theme I found in Eleanor's wardrobe, and I think we see this in pretty much every outfit that Eleanor wears, is accessories, specifically hair accessories. I feel like hair accessories and little hats and headbands are sort of a thing of the past, which again adds to my idea of Eleanor thrift shopping and getting excited about a glamorous vintage bargain. Outfits look like they have a lot of history to them, which aligns with her personality being rich in culture. She often wears a lot of jewellery like oversized statement necklaces and neckties. This really just tops off the idea that Eleanor is a dramatic, excessive person and takes a lot of pride in wearing all of her favourite things. Eleanor also wears a lot of floral, and not necessarily in a trendy ditzy way, but more of an antique kind of vintage way, and I absolutely love this about her. Eleanor is so confident with her wardrobe and is unafraid to wear whatever she wants and to be herself. She wears very flowy and oversized silhouettes, and she is unapologetically herself and is unafraid to assert herself and take up space. Eleanor's interest in old plays and literature, as well as her vintage wardrobe, shows that she is a very old soul. Overall, I love Eleanor's style. I feel like it's very bold, and I wish I had her confidence to wear a lot of what she does. It's really feminine and elegant and glamorous looking as well. Okay, next up and finally is Aneesa. So there isn't as much to say about Aneesa because she was only introduced in the second season, but I love her outfit so much, and it was actually her outfits which inspired me to do this video. Aneesa really favours more athletic, streetwear styles of clothing and wears very put together outfits. Her 90s streetwear vibe gives off a very cool look which Devi gets jealous of. However, she always sticks to a very similar style, which shows that despite Aneesa coming across as the put together cool girl, she also has her insecurities too. A common theme that I have found with Aneesa is she often wears monochrome or two-piece outfits. Whilst we do see the cords in Fabiola's wardrobe, with Aneesa, this feels more like a style choice rather than a comfort choice. Aneesa's outfits feel very put together and carefully thought out, which at first feels like it's because Aneesa is the cool, very put together girl that Devi is so jealous of. But as we progress into the series, it becomes more apparent that Aneesa's very particular and put together style could be because she is afraid of judgment from others. Another style choice we see quite a lot from Aneesa is 90s clothing. I love that her character was so bold with this. The windbreaker is such a look, especially paired with the gold chain necklace. Of course, it's not a wardrobe choice, but I feel like her sleek, blunt haircuts really top this off. The cropped, fluffy hoodie jacket is such an iconic 90s look as well, and Aneesa pairs this in another monochrome outfit. In this next outfit, I love how Aneesa has layered very chunky mesh with a puffer gilet all in the same colour. This just shows again that her outfits are very carefully thought through and they just look amazing on her. Another key point I noticed about Aneesa's wardrobe is whilst her outfits are not necessarily masculine, none of them are particularly girly either, and we don't see any typically girly garments such as dresses or skirts on Aneesa. She wears a lot of sweatshirts and hoodies and sportswear, and I feel like this kind of adds to that cool girl look, but particularly from a male gaze, as often hyperfemininity has been rejected by men, which is a whole other issue, and Jordan Teresa actually did a really good video on hyperfemininity, which I will link below for you guys. This could be Aneesa's attempt at getting everyone to like her in her new school, which obviously does happen, although I don't think this is likely, as even so Aneesa has her insecurities, she seems like a very down-to-earth and genuine character, and she seems very confident in what she wears. Overall, I really like Aneesa's style. I really like the 90s kind of like sportswear vibe to it, and I think it suits her well, and again, she just seems so confident in what she wears. Overall, I really love the styling throughout the entire series. I love how these 4 main characters and kind of like the 4 best friends all have a very distinct individual style, but the costume designers haven't chosen like a different aesthetic for every person, so it doesn't look a bit cringy that you've got like someone who is a cottagecore girl and like someone who wears e-girl clothes and someone who like is really Parisian and chic and stuff. Like, they all have their clear, distinct individual styles, but it is exactly that. Like, it's not an aesthetic that they're following, it is their own style. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I can see that like a lot of work has been put in by the costume designers, as always happens with film and TV. But yeah, I think it fits really well in the context. I think it shows as well how they've altered the costume design to fit into a school setting, but they've not been like lazy with style choices. So they've not just chosen like typical jeans and a hoodie. It does kind of involve like more modern clothes and like people expressing themselves through clothes, which is definitely something which teenagers nowadays do a lot more. So yeah guys, that was my analysis of the fashion in Never Have I Ever. If you haven't watched it, I would 100% highly recommend. I've just finished season 2 and I want to watch it all over again because I loved it so much. It teaches you a lot of lessons, especially about different cultures, but also it's so funny, it's just interesting, and like at the basis of it as well, it's just like a nice kind of like easy to watch high school rom-com drama series, which I don't know about you, but they're like my favorites to watch. So yeah guys, that is all for this video. I would love to know in the comments down below what your thoughts on the series was, your thoughts on the style in the series, and if you had like a favorite character as well, I would love to know. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave me a big thumbs up, make sure you leave me a nice comment down below, and as I said at the beginning of the video, please subscribe as well. It honestly makes my day. Like, it makes me so happy every time I get a new subscriber. And as I said, my goal is 500 by the end of August. I don't know if that's a bit out of reach, but I'm gonna try and get there, and I need your guys' help. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you very much for watching. I love you. Goodbye.
Girl, we can fly to California.